Welcome back, everybody. Today we are bringing you the new 900 Global Viking.
If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon.
First impressions, the 900 Global Viking is a very nice new option from SPI, in that mid-defined shiny ASIM part of the bag brings vibes of like the Attention Star and Origin. All right, let's get into it, starting with Tyler. I guess the obvious thing will be that it looks spectacular for him on his house pattern. He struck a lot. Good look past the third arrow. It does get good length, as you would expect. The core transition is the nice element here. You don't particularly note that it's a hybrid or pearl because it's shiny. It wasn't something we thought about. But you do notice that it's not a skid flip type of ball. It doesn't have the biggest board coverage. Not that it can't, but that was one thing. But it provides that sort of big core control on a pattern and lane bed that needs cleaner mid lane due to the built-in friction. Like, for example, we have here with the HPLs. The fairly clean length allows some energy storage, but the core transition isn't such to where it explodes, but rather climbs with a hint of forward roll to remind you it's an ASIM. And with that sort of more forward look for Tyler, it felt very comfortable and reliable without feeling like it's going to snap. He really liked it and wanted to keep throwing it until he stopped striking. It's kind of the look he had with the Absolute. However, due to the Absolute being a clean, weak, solid cover, that made it pretty condition specific for him. The Viking looks like it will be more versatile. For me, the take is similar in terms of shape. It didn't quite match as perfectly as it did for Tyler, but still was nice. The difference I saw was that bit of forward look kept it from driving as nicely for me. With my lower rev rate, the lower desire of this ball to want to flip hard meant a more compact side-to-side motion, meaning I didn't have to cover a lot of boards. The nice thing is that I didn't feel like it would jump because the core kind of revs up earlier than the end of the pattern, and with that forward behavior meant it wasn't going to just jump sideways. I did get very good carry with light hits. It somewhat reminds me of something like the Attention Star, lots of control side to side so you can manage front to back better. That ball had lots of looks on tour and possibly could expect something similar here. And for me, while initially I was a little iffy with that bit of smoother down lane reaction, there is something nice about a ball that I'm not worried about, it gripping hard and turning sideways, especially as a lefty. And being able to use a large volume core is always a nice option for a middle of the road rev rate bowler. Brian had an interesting look, and this is also one of those things where you sometimes need to give a ball a chance to kind of come in, burn in the cover a bit. And when he started, it kind of felt a little soft with very archy, smooth back end. I actually think I saw the same thing. But after a little bit, a little bit of burn in the ball started to grip and pop more down lane. And as the hit improved, so did Brian's feelings on the ball. Yes, it's going to be, still a fairly direct shot for him from the second arrow. However, Brian had no issues with getting the ball through the mid lane, unsurprisingly. Then it had that compact down lane punch. He seemed to have a reasonable window to get to the pocket and good carry. Main thing was this ball would work well when Brian needs to push through the mid lane friction while not requiring a really strong down lane motion. The bottom line, the Viking is a mid-defined ball for all of our bowlers, for all three. It's a reasonable option for a fresh medium house shot. Tyler had the best look, followed by myself and Brian close to each other. I think I would need a little less volume to have it look a smidge better, but I like that slightly forward look. Brian would probably use this as a step down to something with more surface. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.